A team of 4 is cycling across Canada to raise funds and awareness for Parkinson's disease, making a stop right here in Winnipeg. And this morning we are joined by one of the team members of the Spinning Wheels Tour. We have Jim Redmond and the rest of the team, it looks like, behind you. Good morning, you guys. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, good morning. Thank you for having us.
This is quite the journey. You are cycling coast to coast. Can you take us through everything that you're up to and how the ride has been for you all so far?
You know what? The ride has been better, I think, than we could ever have imagined. We started just over a month ago in Victoria, and we've cycled a little over 4,000 kilometers, and that brings us here to Winnipeg, and we're so excited to be here.
Oh, we're so glad to have you. When I first read about this ride last week, I believe was the first, I thought, oh my goodness, the forecast, and I was concerned about the weather you would encounter. But after spending some time on your website, going through your bios, hearing the statistics, the high rates of Parkinson's here, how something like riding a bike may be a little bit more difficult for some, it just really puts things into a whole different perspective. Jim, can we ask you about your story and how cycling came into your life and what this ride means for you?
Well, for me, cycling came into my life when I was diagnosed with Parkinson's. Up until that point, I wasn't a cyclist, but I started cycling then. And it is one of the few activities that really makes a difference in my symptom control. So I've been diagnosed for about 7 years now. And you know what? I got hooked on cycling. And I really do find that it helps me with symptoms, not just that, because it's a high intensity interval training, basically. It's also a great way to see the countryside. But when we're talking about Parkinson's disease, right, it's the fastest growing neurological condition in the world. And Canada has the highest per capita rates of Parkinson's disease. So more and more people are being, unfortunately, being introduced to the disease. And one of the things they can do is to cycle to help their symptom control. Also, they can come down, they can get involved in part of a community. So today, in Assiniboine Park here in Winnipeg, we're doing an event with U-Turn Parkinson's. And we're inviting everyone to come down at 10 o'clock to do a little ride with us around the park. And then there's a barbecue and meet and greet after at 11 o'clock. So we would really appreciate it. You don't have to have Parkinson's to come down to this, right? You could, like, everyone can come. And one of the things we're trying to do is to create a community, to give people hope, to know that people are going through the same set of circumstances and they can get comfort in that. About 90% of people with Parkinson's don't actually join any sort of formal support or formal exercise group. So that's what one of the main things we're trying to do is to get people to come out, share their stories, gain some power in that, and so that they can have some hope that things are going. You know, Parkinson's disease is tough, but when you're part of a community, it makes it just a little bit easier, and the benefit of that, we think, is just has tremendous potential.
The community does seem so wonderful. Here on the show, we've been lucky many times to speak with the folks at U-Turn Parkinson's and now getting to meet all of you. So today's event, 10 a.m., just sounds like it's going to be a great time. In the meantime, or past today, Jim, where can we be sending folks to follow along with your journey, learn more, spread that awareness, donate to research, all of that good stuff?
Although, you know what, they head to our website, www.spinningwheelstour.ca. Everything is there. And thank you for mentioning about donating to research and to programs. Parkinson's disease is so underfunded proportionally in this country. It's a bit tragic, actually. And places like U-Turn Parkinson's, they offer programs to help people with Parkinson's, and they need our help. They need all the help we can get. So one of the options, if you go to our page, is to scroll down to Manitoba, and you'll see U-Turn Parkinson's, and they would sincerely appreciate any sort of money you could toss their way. We also are involved with Parkinson Canada, who deal more with the research part. So it's the Parkinson's conundrum, right? It's the living well with Parkinson's requires programs that U-Turn Parkinson's offers. So it's the boxing, it's the yoga, It's also the sense of community. And then we need some money to go into research so that we can try to end Parkinson's disease. So www.spinningwheelstour.ca. You can help us out across the country. You can help you turn Parkinson's out so that they can provide more services to the people of Manitoba. You can get some money going towards research. So, like I say, Parkinson's disease is the fastest growing neurological condition in the world, and we would sincerely appreciate any support that people could give us.